Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you everyone? I hope you are always in good condition. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ahmad Muzaki from the 2020 Bachelor of Management Study Program with Reguis 17056200060. On this occasion, I will explain my thesis entitled Analysis of Factor Influencing Consumer Purchase Intentions on Social Commerce Platform, Case Study of TikTok Shop Consumers in Jakarta. First of all, I would like to say a big thank you to my supervisor, namely Mr. Dr. Setio Ferwibowo and Miss Dewi Agustin Partamasari, who helped me in completing this research. Okay, without further ado, let's get straight to the discussion. First, we go to the chapter 1. That is the background. The background to this research itself was actually built from the development of digitalization era, which continues to develop from time to time. One of the important milestones in this development was the emergence of the internet, which brought a revolution in communication and access to information. The most commonly used internet platform today is social media, which is considered as one of the most significant means of interaction that allows fast communication and connection between individuals. Based on data created by We Are Social, active social media users have increased by around 4.76 billion, an increase of 3% from 2022 throughout the world. While in Indonesia alone, there are 167 million active social media users. One of the social media that is currently popular and widely used by the public is TikTok. This can be proven from the following this next data. Okay, here is data on the 10 countries with the most TikTok application users in the world as of October 2023. Based on data presented by Databox in 2023, it shows that the total number of TikTok application users has reached 1.222 billion users worldwide as of October 2023. In Indonesia alone, the number of TikTok users was 106.52 million users in October 2023. This figure has increased by 6.74% compared to the previous 3 months. This puts Indonesia in second place after the United States as the country with the most TikTok application users in the world. Seeing the increasing growth of TikTok users, the TikTok platform evolved by presenting the TikTok Shop in 2021. Likewise, with other social media platforms that have revolutionized earlier by creating similar video or models. This collaboration between social media and e-commerce is usually referred to as social commerce. For some business people, this can be used as an opportunity to reach a wider target market. TikTok Shop is a new step in TikTok evolution as a social media platform that combines aspects of entertainment with e-commerce in one application. The success of this application also did not take a long time since its initial release. The following is a survey released by Populix in 2022, which shows that TikTok Shop is a social commerce platform. This is often used by Indonesian customers to shop social media. TikTok Shop gets 45% of the 86% of Indonesian people who have made purchases via social media platforms. Then here also confirmed by Bloomberg Intelligence, a calculation data which states that the existence of TikTok Shop has changed the competitive map of e-commerce players in the Southeast Asia region. Based on this data, it can be seen that Shopee's market share converge is 47%, followed by Lazada at 80%, and TikTok Shop at 50%. Tokopedia, as a player that is quite considered in Indonesian market, actually only record a share 40%. As an illustration, by the end of 2022, TikTok Shop will be able to enter to top 5 market shares in Indonesian e-commerce industry. Even though the e-commerce service TikTok Shop has only been released 1 year. TikTok Shop was able to beat Blibli.com as a player that has been in the commerce industry for longer. This is coupled with the fact but the TikTok Shop tends to target all customer segments. In contrast, in other platforms, such Tokopedia, which focus more on men, and Shopee, which focus more on women. The large number of online customers who use TikTok Shop as their transaction platform currently have reasons or factors that influence their purchasing intention. According to Sonnen and Kim, understanding consumer purchasing intention in social commerce can help a business organization to maximize its potential. A survey published by Ipsos shows the biggest factor that makes consumers choose e-commerce such as Shopee and Tokopedia as a platform for online shopping is because of the many sales promotions they are consistently provide to that. Then a question arises regarding whether sales promotion factors are also the correct to further examine these factors. Not only that, this research also adds other factors to enrich insight and knowledge. Based on previous research, there are several other factors that can cause someone to intend to make a purchase via a social commerce platform. These other factors include reviews on customer, the role of influencer, and the use of advertising. Researchers also found that there are still literacy research that discuss the influence of advertising use factors on purchase intention at the TikTok Shop. So it's hoped that the research can be source a new knowledge for the future research. Okay, then here is some research. Research conducted by Sonnen and Kim and Mukus et al. Show the result of positive influence between sales promotion and purchase intention. And again, research conducted by Constance et al., Fork et al., and John et al. Shows a significant influence between consumer review and purchase intention. Research by Liskova and Aumann, Mahmoud et al. Shows that there is a positive influence between influencer and purchase intention. However, is inversely proportional to research conducted by Lim, which shows that the influence of influencer on purchase intention is not always significant. Research by He and Ku, et al. And Des and Bugat shows significant result between the influence of social media advertising on consumer purchasing intention. Then here is the problem formulation and research objective for the problem formulation, namely, does sales promotion, online customer review, social media influencer, and social media advertising influence purchase intention? And for research purpose, namely, to find out and understand the influence of sales promotion, online customer review, social media influencer, social media advertising on purchase intention. Next, there are theoretical and practical benefits. For theoretical purpose, this research is expected to contribute to the development of consumer theory by expanding our understanding of the factors that influence consumer purchase intention, including sales promotion, the role of consumer reviews, influencer, and social media advertising. While for practical benefits, researchers hope this research can be used as a short information and can be sort of reference for future research. Next, we will discuss a chapter 2. Here there is a theoretical basis. For the theoretical basis, here I use consumer behavior theory. According to Sidang and Siotang, consumer behavior theory is an approach used to understand how individuals make decisions about buying or using products, services, or ideas. This theory attempts to explain the factors that influence consumer behavior, including personal preference, social influence, motivation, perception, and decision-making process. According to Kotler and Kohler, also in 2021, the model of buyer behavior state that the purchase intention process is initiated by marketing stimuli consisting of price, product, distribution, service quality, and promotion. Based on the theory explained previously, this research will review consumer behavior factors in the purchase intention process in the TikTok Shop social commerce. Sales promotion, consumer review, influencer, and advertisements on social media are used as a reference because they are marketing activities that can influence consumer purchasing intention. In other words, here there is supporting theory, where here it explains more about the further understanding of the variable to be studied. Firstly, here there is purchasing intention. According to Macbeth, purchasing intention is defined as an individual conscious plan to make an effort to buy a brand, Presentation is very important in marketing because it's an early indicator of the potential of business transaction. When consumers have a strong intention to buy, the chance of creating successful sale are higher. Based on research conducted by and Lim in 2017, the factors that can be tested to measure consumer purchasing intention can be defined into desire to seek information, interest in trying to product, interest in buying to product, and motivation in buying product. Next, there is sales promotion. According to Betty, sales promotion is a key component and valuable tool for marketers and has been widely used to gain a competitive advantage in an increase sales and attract consumer intention. Sales promotion aims to temporarily stimulate demand for product or service by providing additional incentive to consumer or distribution parties. In contrast to advertising, sales promotion encourages or stimulates short-term ways to encourage immediate action from consumers. Based on research conducted by Videos and Fernanda and Son and Kim, the measuring instrument used to measure sales promotion include the following: discount price, free shipping, cashback, and events. The third is online customer review. According to Lee, online customer review are evaluation or reviews given by consumer about a particular product or service after using the product or service via an online platform. These reviews covers the consumer personal experience with the product or service, including the advantage, disadvantage, quality, and performance of the product, as well as the level of satisfaction with the service provided. The importance of online customer review is very significant in the context of modern marketing. If the reviews given are positive, they can be improved brand reputation and build trust, while negative reviews can provide a valuable feedback to the company to improve their product or service. Dinawati et al. And Curtis et al. State that the measuring tools for online customer review consist of three, namely usefulness, average score, and review sentiment. Fourthly, there is social media influencer. Dinawati and friends define an influencer as someone who shows some combination of desired attributes, whether personal attributes such as credibility, expertise, enthusiasm, or network attributes such as connectivity and centrality, that enable them to influence many other people disproportionately. Influencer is a new marketing process in developing a relationship between influential individuals and potential buyers. The importance of the role in influencer in increasing sales cannot be ignored. Through the trust and engagement with the followers, an influencer can promote a product or service to a relevant audience. According to Maput et al., social media influencer can be measured using perception regarding attractiveness, similarity, and follower trust. Finally, for the last variable is social media advertising. Social media advertising allows direct interaction between brands and consumer through comment feeders, direct message, and direct response, which can increase engagement and strengthen a relationship between brands and potential consumer. Social media advertising is also able to provide the ability to measure ad performance directly through various metrics, such as the number of impressions, click, and conversion. This allows marketers to evaluate the effectiveness of their campaigns and make necessary adjustments in real time. Research by Das and Buyukat measured social media advertising based on informative, entertainment, interactive, and credibility. Then here there is a theoretical framework which shows that there are 4 X variables that I use, namely sales promotion, online customer reviews, social media influencer, and social media advertising. And the Y variable is purchase intention. So the research was formed based on 4 basic hypotheses, namely Hypothesis 1, sales promotion has an influence on purchase intention. Hypothesis 2, online customer review have an influence of purchase intention. Hypothesis 3, social media influencer have an influence on purchase intention. And hypothesis 4, social media advertisement has an influence on purchase intention. The next session, I will explain about developing a hypothesis, which will discuss the relationship between each existing variable. For the first, there is a relationship between sales promotion and purchase intention. Based on research conducted by Sean and Kim, Betty, Booklist et al., which shows that there is a positive influence between sales promotion activities and purchase intention. The more sales promotion activity are increased, the level of purchase intention can easily increase. Thus, the first hypothesis is formed, namely sales promotion as influence on purchase intention. Furthermore, there is a relationship between online customer review and purchase intention. Based on research conducted by Curtis et al., Parker et al., and Chong et al., the result of this research shows that there is positive influence between online reviews on purchase intention. Thus, the second hypothesis is formulated. Online customer reviews have an influence on purchase intention. Third, there is a relationship between social media influencer and purchase intention. McBoth et al., Castillo and Fernandez, and Dionati et al. Conduct research on how social media influencer influence purchase intention. The result proves that social media influencer have a positive effect on customer purchase intention. Thus, the third hypothesis is formulated. Social media influencer have an influence on purchase intention. Finally, there is a relationship between social media advertising and purchase intention. Researchers Dong et al., Desbeyukats, and Charusanecha et al. Conduct research related to the influence of social media advertising on online purchase intention. The result found a significant positive relationship between social media advertising and purchase intention. Thus, the fourth hypothesis formulated, social media advertising has an influence on purchase intention. Next, I will explain the research methodology carried out in the following research. The first time and place for the research is to be carried out in May 2024 for the province of DKI Jakarta. The design itself uses a quantitative approach which focuses on sampling a population. The population itself is TikTok Shop users, while the sample itself consists of 250 samples, with the criteria being domiciled in DKI Jakarta and age 70 years and over. The data collection technique used is primary data and track distributing questionnaire. And finally, for a measurement scale here, I use a Likert scale with a scale of 1 until 6. Then next here, there are data analysis technique. The first is a validity test by testing the average variance extracted value. Then there is a reliability test using composite reliability and corn-based alpha. Then there is a model suitability test using the same method using list rate by paying attention to the chi-square, GFI, AV, NFI, GFI, and RMC values. And finally, there is a hypothesis test, which is carried out by paying attention to the T statistic value and P value. Next, we go to the chapter 4, research and discussion. For the first, here are the characteristics of each respondent who filled out the questionnaires, which are defined into several categories. Here there are those based on gender, which shows that the number of male respondents is greater than that of female respondents. Male respondents announced to 55.6% or 139 respondents, while female respondents announced to 44.4% or 111 respondents. That based on the age of the respondents, those aged 70 to 22 years had the highest percentage, namely 45.2% or 130 respondents. This is in line with data presented by Databox, which shows that TikTok users are dominated by young people with an age range of 70 to 24 years. Next, based on the last education, the highest percentage was in high school education with 57.2% or 143 respondents. Then I will continue here based on the employment status category, where the number of respondents with employment status as student has a large percentage, namely around 34.8% or 87% active respondents. Meanwhile, in terms of monthly income, the majority 38% or 95 respondents had income below 1 million, and finally 1 million rupiah. And finally, in terms of domicile, based on data, the number of respondents who live in West Jakarta has the large percentage, namely 27.2% or 62 respondents. Next, here are the list of validity and reliability testing, where we look at the results of each measurement. All of them meet the requirement for the FA value. The condition is that the value must be greater than 0.5, whereas if we look at the result obtained, all variables shows a result that are greater than 0.5, so they can be said to be valid. Furthermore, reliability measurements were also carried out, namely using composite reliability and Cronbach's alpha for its own condition. Namely, for composite reliability, it is expected that the figure must exceed 0.7, and Cronbach's alpha is figure must exceed 0.5, and Cronbach's alpha figure must exceed 0.7, and Cronbach's alpha is above 0.6. And it can be seen that based on the result received, each variable has been able to meet the existing requirement, so it can be said that the proposed variables are reliable, so they can be used as the next test tool. Next, there is the model feasibility test, where this test aims to test the suitability of the evaluation process of the measurement instrument used to measure relevant construct in a study. In the picture, it can be seen that all factor loading values are greater than 0.5. For example, the factor loading of SP1 is 0.76 more than 0.5, so it can be concluded that SP1 is valid. Because the factor loading value of all indicators is greater than 0.5, it is concluded that all indicators have met the requirement. 6 indicators have good fit results, namely chi-square is 283.68, GFI is 0.90, XV is 0.90, NFI is 0.96, GFI is 0.98, and RMC is 0.05. Thus, the model used is acceptable and adequate to be tested further and hypothesis testing. Based on the table, it can be seen that hypothesis 1 can be accepted because it has a path efficiency result of 0.24 with a t-value of 2.63. That is, the result hypothesis 1 has a path coefficient above 0 and t-value above 1.96, which makes sales promotion have a significant and positive influence on presentation. Next, hypothesis 2 can be accepted because it has a path coefficient of 0.22 and a t-value of 2.25. That is, the result hypothesis 2 has a path coefficient above 0 and a t-value above 1.96, which makes online customer review have a significant and positive influence on presentation. Next, hypothesis 3 cannot be accepted because it has a path coefficient of 0.4 with a t-value of 0.50. In the result, hypothesis 3 has a bad coefficient value below 0 and a t-value below 1.96, which means that social media influencers have no influence on persistence. Next, hypothesis 4 can be accepted because it has a bad coefficient of 0.39 with a t-values of 3.88. That in this result, hypothesis 4 has a bad coefficient value above 0 and t-value above 1.97, which makes social media advertising have a significant and positive influence on perception. Lastly, to conclude the first hypothesis, sales promotion is proven to have a positive influence on perception. So that this hypothesis can be accepted, the result of this finding indicate that the more positive the consumer perception of the sales promotion implement, the higher the consumer intention to make a purchase at the TikTok shop. The second hypothesis, online customer review are proven to have a positive influence on perception. So that this hypothesis can be accepted, the result of the spending indicate that the more positive the customer perception of the online reviews provide, the higher the consumer intention to make a purchase at the TikTok shop. The third hypothesis, social media influencers are proven not have positive influence on perception. So this hypothesis is rejected. This findings show that although the majority of consumers have a positive perception of social media influencer, in reality, social media influencer do not always make consumers have a tendency to have the intention to purchase through the TikTok shop platform. The fourth hypothesis, social media advertising is proven to have a positive influence on perception. So that is, hypothesis can be accepted that the results of this finding indicate that the more positive the consumer perception of the advertisement presented, the higher the consumer intention to make a purchase through the TikTok shop. Furthermore, there are limitations to research. For one, in distributing questionnaires, researchers only use social media by WhatsApp and Instagram to distribute questionnaires and did not optimize the use of other social media such as Facebook and Twitter. And number two, lack of breadth in location selection, namely only researching consumers who live in the Jakarta area. This is based on the problem studied focusing on Jakarta. Finally, there are research recommendations. For one, it is hoped that future research can maximize the use of other social media platforms as a means of distributing questionnaires, not just focusing on WhatsApp and Instagram. And number two, it is hoped that future research can expand to the scope of research object not only in JKI Jakarta domiciles, considering that it is still very likely that the TikTok shop platform is also popular and widely used in the other areas. Okay. Yes, that is the presentation of the thesis research that I conduct. More or less, I apologize. Thank you very much for the attention given. Wassalamu'alaikum Wr.Wb.